All right, today we're going to start out by making your mold that you're going to be using for your project. And what you should have is you kind of need to figure out whether or not the base of your project is more like an oval, if it's going to be more like a circle. So either one of these is going to fit. Notice the circle has a little bit of a flatter edge on it. That's supposed to be for your bottom. The next thing that you're going to do is you are going to take some of the paper, and I've got some of the yellow paper. To begin with, I would just crush it up. You're gonna get at least 2 pieces. With your 2 pieces, so if you just crush it up, it's going to have a lot of like different areas that are going to be high and lows. What you're looking for is something that's going to be smoother on the top. So let's go ahead and notice that this one's kind of like a turtle shell almost, where it's got kind of like flat bottom, and then this is smoother on the top. Let's go ahead and make that. I'll show you how to do that. So I crumpled it up just so it'd be able to move a little bit better. Next what I'm gonna do is kind of take it and go around in a circle and kind of fold and roll that under. So what you'll see is that I have this on the top, and this is the bottom of it. Notice that it's got a thin spot here, and if I were just going to tape this down, it would crush down. So you have your second sheet of paper, and with your second, what you're going to do is basically the same thing, but you can make this one a little bit tighter. So I'm going to start out with crumpling it up first. Once again, you can't just use that because that's going to make it all uneven. So I'm going to take this, open it back up, and do the same thing where you roll it. And when you roll it, you're kind of turning and rolling it at the same time. And then what you have is this. And like I said, this one's going to be a little bit smaller so that you can put this one inside of it. And you're going to take the 2 of them together and make sure that they fit your base. Now, after you have this on here, you're going to be using some tape, and when you tape it, you're going to tape it around your edges. So when you tape, make sure that you have your seams or your edges close and tight there. You're going to keep going all the way around. What I don't recommend doing is just taking tape and winding it around. That doesn't really get the specific areas that you need. If you find that you still have areas that are kind of hollow, like I can tell I'm going to have a hollow area right there, I didn't get anything in there, you can take another piece of paper and just take small bits of it and put it inside. You want to make sure that it's nice and compact. So what you're having here is it's not going to be really hard, but it's going to hold its shape and not have any areas that kind of cave in on you. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of clay, and the piece of clay that you get might have some real pieces that are kind of coming apart. You need to make sure and start out by putting these into a ball today. When you put them into a ball, that's going to make a nice continuous piece of clay. So you're going to take this, and when you're putting it into a ball, kind of like take it and turn it. I always hit it with the palm of my hand. There's more strength in the palm of your hand than there is like with your fingers. Your fingers are a lot of times are just going to make big dents in your project. So kind of go around, look for cracks in your project. Once again, you want to kind of put those all together. What I would not recommend doing is slamming on the table. A lot of times that makes it too flat. Also, if you're using the canvases, these canvases draw a lot of moisture out really quickly. So you don't want these too dry. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to take a rolling pin. So I have rolling pins for you. You're going to take and flatten this out. The first time that you flatten this out, remember you should, well, you're trying to either move towards an oval or you're trying to move towards a circle. So make sure you have either one of those kind of handy. All right, so you're gonna flatten this out. The first time that you flatten this out, you need to make sure that it fits. It's gonna probably, the goal here is to make it too big for your project. And then we're gonna cut it down and shape it a little bit more. So the first time, I take this and I turn it, roll it, turn it, roll it. Then what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking this, and you want it to be the shape of your project. So mine's just about fitting. I'm going to get a sharp tool and cut that. After you have it cut, I'm going to cheat and move ahead and show you on here just a little bit. After you have this cut, your next step is you're going to be putting that on and doming it on the top of your model. So after I have this domed, you're going to be getting a little bit of water and some tools, and you can kind of blend and smooth out your edges so that those are going to look the best that they're going to look. When you are done with this for the class period, you do need to make sure that you are putting both of these inside your plastic bag. If they're not in the plastic bag, they're going to be drying out much too quick. All right, so if you put this away, hopefully you've got this where you've got it. Your next step after you have this done is you're going to be starting to draw your design on here. Some of you are going to be adding clay right on top of it. Some of you are going to be cutting some areas out. All right, so that should be all that you need for today. All right, thanks.